Hello out there. The newest knife in the Quartermaster Q collection has arrived, so I wanted to show that off a little bit on camera, give you guys a view of what it looks like. So this is the case that came with the Q collection, so this was delivered quite a while ago. You might have seen it in some of my other videos. And let's just do a quick recap here. So first knife in the collection was this one here, which I already showed off earlier. So watch my video on this one here, the QC-1, if you're interested. So I'll set that aside for now. You'll see there is a knife here which we're about to look at, and you're going to see a third empty space. So the third knife in the Q collection, you can tell it's going to be a long knife, a big honking knife that's going to fit right here into this Pelican case. But right in the middle, knife number 2, the QC-2. Let's check this one out. So this right here is the knife, and I'm going to move the Pelican case to get it out of your guys' view. But the knife we're looking at today is the QC-2, and I don't think they have any other nickname other than the number. So this QC-2 right here is also, like the QC-1, a titanium frame lock. And I think all the knives in the collection are titanium frame locks. But this one right here has a very distinctive blade shape, so take a look right there. So right here we have an extreme tanto tip blade. And so overall it is a very solid knife. You can see the Q Collection logo on there. And the number is on the pocket clip. So you can see 84 out of 300. That is my number, USA made. The pocket clip, look at the style of that clip. And I will tell you from carrying it for a few days, this is relatively new. I've carried it this weekend though. It is very secure in pocket, but I will say this ridge that goes down is a little bit tough to get into thicker pants like jeans. Like once it's in, it's going to stay there till the end of time, but pulling it out does require a little bit of effort to get this ridge over the fabric because it's a very sharp 90-degree angle. But the look of it is awesome. I mean, you have to admit, just seeing the angles on it, very attractive. And I love that it has, of course, the number on there. But it is a titanium frame lock. You can see they went with a slightly different color from the first model because this is the Texas T handle and a stonewash blade, whereas this just has, I think this is stonewash titanium and a more satin blade. And it may be a light stonewash, or is that bead blast? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. But you take a look at the finish on the blade there. But again, there is a color variance between the blade and the handle, which I like that they did that. And I like that they leave the blades kind of sterile. You know, they put the Q Collection logo, but not a whole lot else. And for these knives, nothing else. You can see the centering right there, which is just nice. Flipping action, very good. Just what I would expect from a Q Collection knife. Very nice, easy to do with both hands. Uses similar hardware on both sides. It looks like a hex bit would open up this knife if you so chose to do so. But I love this, the open design. I mean, it just has these two standoffs, the pivot and the rear standoff, and that's it. Completely flow through, very quick, very open. And one thing I don't think I noticed in I did my first video, I didn't weigh the knives. So I wanted to show on camera just the weight of what these knives were. So let's get a look at them. So first, let's look at the QC-1. Which again, I have another video, I believe, on this one. But let's take a look at it, see what it weighs. And remember, these are titanium frame locks. So this one here, 4.96 ounces, which isn't too heavy. You know, it's a nice thin design. The frame locks don't look like they're milled out. Oh, they are milled out on the inside. So inside there, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is some milling done on the frame to help lighten it, which is nice. Cool feature. Let's see if it's like that on this. This one, oh yeah, there's a huge chunk of metal taken out of these thick titanium handles. I don't know if you can see that on this side here, but a huge chunk of metal milled out of these titanium slabs. So even though it looks very boxy and heavy, this one was 4.96. This one feels a little heavier. 5.45. So again, for a knife this size, not really too heavy, not as much as I was expecting. The blade length is about 3.6-ish inches. I didn't get an exact figure, I just ballparked it with my tape measure. Overall length is a little bit longer. Let me get the tape measure out and see if I can measure that for you. Alright, we got about 8 7/8, so almost 9 inches long in overall length, which is big for a folding knife. But you can see the lockup as well on that titanium frame lock, and of course it does have the steel insert on the side, should you ever need it, and you probably won't. I can't think of anybody who's ever on a titanium frame lock, any brand, had to actually replace one of these things. But I guess it's good to know that you could. So overall, nice knife. And now, of course, if you want to get one of these, it's kind of too late now. The Q Collection was a sign-up type deal where you sign up and you pay in advance and then you receive these as they're produced. That doesn't mean you can't get one, though. I know on eBay I saw one of these ones here very recently. The price was kind of high, I want to say 300-ish for it, but it is available, you know, so if you keep searching on eBay if you want to see these, because I'm sure there are quite a few people who might have signed up for the collection for one knife or the other, and they might try and sell one to get some of their money back, or, you know, they just want to downsize the collection. These things I'm sure will be popping up on different retail channels, namely eBay. If you're a member of Blade Forums, look in their for sale section. You can browse there as well. But I think eBay is probably the most likely source to get one of these Q Collection knives, should you want one, because they only made 300 of each and that's it. So a very limited type of a deal. I think they're going to do sign-ups for another year of Q Collection knives, I think in January, they said on their Instagram. So pay attention to that, get in on that if you want in. But this one here, just a very solid titanium frame lock. And again, it's something as a collector, it's something exclusive. No one else is going to have one of these things because there's only 300 of them out in the wild. And that's it. So kind of a cool design. If you don't like tantos, I can understand you not falling in love with this one. But this one to me looks very kind of Japanese influence with that real tight tanto, that very extreme angle. So cool knife, very slick action. Both of these knives, the action is just perfection. I don't know how they did it this good. But again, if you have any questions on either of these knives, feel free to ask, and I'll try to answer them. But just thanks for watching this video, and you guys have a great day. Goodbye.